Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Basking Broodscale on the play for game one. Testing out Celestial Reunion in this list, see how good it is. Though we don't need it right now for the Brood. Looks like this could be hammer time, question mark? No, what the fresh hell is this? Ancient Stirrings? Springleaf? Darksteel? Opal Stirrings? Oh. I have no clue. Initially I was thinking maybe hammer time because that's what our opponent has last played 5 days ago, but now I have zero clue. Metallic Mimic. What the fresh what? Alright, well, let's cast Malevolent Rumble. There's Temple Drum. Let's grab the Drum. Drum is mana neutral next turn. We'll pass. And I'm looking for Blade and a payoff at this point. Saga Trigger. Metallic Mimic. What am I playing against? Chooses Construct. Okay. Is this Hardened Scales? Maybe? Ballista. Oh. Yeah, that'll work. Second response. Interesting. We'll draw. There's our Ballista. There's the payoff. Now we just need the Blade. Rumble. There's Blade. Grab Blade. Springleaf Drum. Blade of the Blood Chief. And hold. I mean, we have the kill next turn. What do they find off the stirrings? Because we can cast, we can equip, we can sack. Inkmoth Nexus. Ballista. Well, it does complicate. Oh, that actually very complicates things now. Shoot. Inkmoth. Can you kill me this turn? 4, 6. Trigger Blade. Always yield. And I can't do anything until the turn. 8. 10. Modular. Yeah, that is in fact lethal damage. Well, damn. Okay. So this is Hardened Scales. It's been a minute. Damn. Okay. What do we want for Hardened Scales? Hermite's decent. Baubles, okay-ish. Gemstone out. Dismember. Heat is fine. Hermite's good. gonna say maybe bobble out. Dismember Hedon. Nature's Claim would also make sense. We can trim a Rumble. Maybe trim on an Emrakul? Run it back like this? Yeah, let's try that. Been a while since I played Brood, so sideboarding's gonna be a bit awkward for a minute. We can make this work. We lack the red source, though, for a heat, which is a bit sad, but we have Dismember. We play Blade. No, I think we hold Blade. Hold Nature's Claim, hold Dismember. We'll draw. Emrakul. Saga trigger. We'll cast Blade now. Hold up the Nature's Claim, Dismember. I really need a land off top is what I need. We'll hold. Snow-covered forest, holding. Trigger, second Nature's Claim. That is less than ideal, I'll admit. Paying cost flute, naming what? Blade of the Blood Chief, that's fine. We have the Nature's Claim. I'm not too pressed about that. I was about to say, did the opponent miss a land drop? Well, Nature's Claim that, though. There's the Oozolith. We can hit the Oozolith with Nature's Claim. Float. The Springleaf ain't doing much here right now. I'm tempted to go for the Might and hit the Oozolith, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Blade trigger. Yield all, but we're short on lands. I really need a soul land right now. We have 22 lands, so 20 left in deck. There's Metallic Mimic. And Market Back Walker. When this creature dies, there's Temple. Okay. So I'm thinking we K-command, ramp, exile, the Market Back Walker. Done. Walker down, does not die. We could dismember the Mimic, but I think I'm gonna hold. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 short Emrakul. Arcbound Ravenger. I'll dismember the Mimic now. And we have the Nature's Claim and Unholy Heat for the Ravenger. We'll draw Rumble. Yeah, we'll Rumble. Chrysalis. Man, how am I whiffing on lands this hard? Jesus. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 short Emrakul. This is honestly starting to become impressive. We can block the Ravenger. Ballista 1. Sack target spawn. Sack. Yield all. We'll sack and pass. We'll take 1 down to 17. Opponent's empty-handed. We have gas in hand. We just need to find lands. Draw. Saga will help. Saga. Do I Nature's Claim the Ballista? Or I guess I can't heat the Ballista, actually. So yeah, I guess I'll Nature's Claim Ballista. This way I can play the Flesh Raker. Yep, they'll deal some damage to me. That's fine. And then sack at the Ravager. That's also fine. We'll pass. Clear the way for the Flesh Raker. 7, 11, 2 short Emrakul. I will not block. Second main, paying cost 4, Beseiju. I will search. And I do believe that is Emrakul, friend. Trigger, and we'll scoop it up. We'll take the win. Somehow he got through that. How, I don't entirely know, if I'm being honest. 4, 7, 9, 11, 13. I mean, we can definitely trim on a Ballista here. Probably should have trimmed on Ballista before, to be honest. Let's run it back. Ooh, Celestial Reunion. First time seeing that here. We also could hold up Heat. I'm probably going to Ancient Stirrings on one. We'll keep. We'll pass. Snow-Covered Forest 4. Hardened Scale. Second Celestial Reunion. Didn't really want to see that, but we can make it work. There's Broodscale, there's Blade. We have Celestial Reunion for the Brood, so we'll grab the Blade. We'll pass and pass. Stirrings goes Digging. Opal. Saga Trigger. Drum. Opal. Draw. Ooh. Hello, Brood. In that case, how do we want to proceed? We need a land here. Grove, Rumble, Temple, and next turn, there is some thought to playing Blade here, right? Yes, we should play Blade because then we can... No. We're still short. Yeah, if we play Blade here, we're still short because we can play the Brood. I guess we could Celestial Reunion. No. Trying to think of a way to get to there, but I don't think we have it next turn. Play Blade. Reunion 2. Still short 1. Yeah, I think we just hold the Blade then and pass. And hold. Saga Trigger. 4 types in Yard. Saga make a Construct. Is a 3/3. Opal online. Stirrings goes Digging. 2 in hand. Up to 3. 1 known. We can heat the Construct. Ballista. Interesting. End step. And draw. Dismember. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could Celestial Reunion for 2. Put Brood on board. I could Celestial Reunion for 1. Get... I guess I can't get Haywire Might on board because I can't bestow. We could go for 3 and go for Fleshraker. That's a consideration. Oh, I realized something. Hold a phone. If I had played the Blade last turn, I could have played Emrakul this turn. I forgot that we can Celestial Reunion for 0, grab Ballista. But now I can't do that. Oh no, we still would have been short 1, right? Because we still need to equip. Yeah, we still need to equip. You'd still be short 1. Huh. In that case, I'm thinking we play the Blade. Play the Blade now. Broodscale. Broodscale equip. Yeah, we still been short. Problem is this Saga. Honestly, I'm thinking Reunion for 1. Maybe I should have went for a Reunion for 1 Haywire Might, honestly. Got rid of that Saga. Could Reunion for 0. And grab Ballista. Cast, equip, Ballista, the Emrakul. Yeah, let's do that. Reunion for 0. Cast without additional cost. Grab our Ballista. And hold Heat Dismember. Saga's trigger. Imagine you float. Yep. Do you have a Pith Needle for Blade? Hell, even a Haywire Might would make it a bit more difficult now, wouldn't it? Yep, Pith Needle named Blades. Now we do have Celestial Reunion for Might to get rid of Blade. That's an option. Ink Moth. Ballista for 1. Yes. Do you ping the spawn? We'll sack in response. Trigger Blade. Yield all. Do I dismember the construct? That would prompt them to make a construct. And then we could heat the Ballista, get rid of both. Dismember the construct. Makes it into that. Interesting. I mean, we can just kill the Ink Moth, cut them short of land. Ink Moth. Heat. Pass. Down to 16. Second Ballista. Sure. We draw Ancient Stirrings. Start with Ancient Stirrings. Their second Ballista, or blade, second Blade. I think I need a land here, though. So I can Behold a Construct, but we're missing a second one. So Haywire would go to hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 short Emrakul. Though I guess we can add another type to Yard with Ballista. Alternatively, I could just play the Brood as a blocker. Not exactly what I want to do, though. I think the Celestial Reunion, X equals 1. Grab the Haywire and pass. And pass. Saga trigger. That's a 6/6. They have their Haywire now. Yeah, that puts a damper on things. We'll take 3 down to 13. A theoretical 10. We'll draw Karplusin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah, this makes it complicated now, doesn't it? Cast the Haywire. Cast the Broodscale. We can adapt the Broodscale. See if they want to ping it down with Ballista, I suppose. Yep, that makes sense to me. I guess we could have held up the second adapt instead of the might here. That may have been correct. We're gonna have what, 5 types in Yard? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short. Haywire might target Blade. Blade is down. I feel like I probably could have played this better if I'm being honest. Saga trigger, sure. Arcbound Ravenger. Well, that becomes a bit of a problem. We need to get rid of the Hardened Scales. I still might die here, to be honest. Seven. Ballista. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Pretty sure I'm dead. Because that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, I'm dead. And I definitely could have played that a bit cleaner. This Celestial Reunion is interesting, though. Yep, sack modular onto the ballista. And that is 7 damage exactly. Let's not belabor the point. We'll concede. Heat. No. We were too far off. Alright. Interesting to see Hardened Scales back. I'm not sure if there's like something new that's been added or what, but interesting nonetheless. We'll be back for match 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. Okay. We have Ancient Stirrings looking for a land and Blade of the Blood Chief. We can always reunion for 0. Is this a Thoughtseize? No. Carplucins. We found a land. We'll go green. Ancient Stirrings. Oh, I remember the opponent now. This is the Flash opponent, I believe. Fleshraker's interesting. Saga's not bad, though. Okay, go Saga. The reunion works through needing a payoff. I think we'll go Saga. Play Saga trigger. Cast Blade, pass. Thought Scour, Grave Titan? Okay, definitely not Flash Control. The fresh what? Well, that's unexpected. So next turn we could Ballista, Broodscale equip, but they'll take the Broodscale. Thankfully I have Reunion, which is basically another Broodscale. Draw, K command, trigger. Okay, so if I go Reunion for 2, get Brood back the hand, I think we can win next turn if they don't have removal. So that's a big ask. So instead, I think I might just go with a Construct and just beat face. I think that's probably the safer play here. But I have no clue what I'm playing against. We have K Command X1 if needed. The Grave Titan confuses me. Maybe it's a Reanimator list of some form? Inquisition. I mean, I think they take the K command of the Inquisition here, right? Yeah, that's fine. Takes the K command. They missed their land drop. Must have been looking for a land off of the Thought Scour. Does a construct. Trigger. If we go for Springleaf, can we make infinite spawns that are infinite? So let's take a look at that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. No, because we can't put Brood on field. So I think I'm just going to make another construct. Yield all. We'll grab Springleaf Drum. Play a forest. Equip Blade of the Blood Chief. Play Blade of the Blood Chief. Go to combat, swing for 5. Down to 11. We have lethal on board with Celestial Reunion. Turtle, what the fresh hell sound did you just make, bud? Criminy. I thought I had a cat in this room throwing up. I like the alarm bells rang. I'm not sure if you guys could hear that on stream. But the alarm bells rang. I was like, what is that noise? Where is it coming from? And it's my turtle making weird noises. They're fine from what I can tell, but I'm not sure like he got something in his mouth or something. So unless they can remove or present a blocker, they can't sack the polluted deltas. They must have a blocker here. Maybe you have the Persist Grave Titan, would be my guess. Yep, Persist Grave Titan. And you got 2 zombies. We draw. Heat. 6 types in yard. So, how do we want to proceed here? I can Celestial Reunion. Cast with additional cost for construct. Green. Wait, we don't want Ballista to come on field. That'd be a bad idea. So we need Ballista to hand. If I go Ballista hand, X equals 1. Equip. No, that wouldn't work the way I want it to. We'd be short 1. I mean, I guess the alternative is we just heat the Grave Titan, call it. Yeah, I suppose so. So let's equip the construct. Heat the Grave Titan. Grave Titan down. Trigger the blades. Yield all. These don't have death touch or anything, no. We'll go to combat then. Lethal's on board, they'll block. They'll once again grow. We could cast Reunion on 1. No reason to do so, though, I don't think. And opponent scoops it up, we'll take the win. So definitely a Reanimator list of some form. So bring in Grafdigger's Cage. Maybe Bobble Might out. You can take out a Rumble. Maybe bring in Heat Dismember in. Maybe keep the Rumble in that case and just run it back like this. Sure. First impression of Celestial Reunion. It's definitely interesting. I'm not sure if it's the right fit, but it definitely seems to have its moments. The question is it better than like a Traverse to Uvenwald? I'm not entirely sure. We find a land here that sands gas. It's basically a green source. We'll pass. What are Grave Shock 18? Thoughtseize? That's unfortunate. You take my Grafdigger Cage. Yeah. Green source. Boseiju. Perfect. Play the Boseiju. Ancient Stirrings. There's Blade. I'm going to grab Saga, though. We'll pass. And pass. We'll draw. Second Saga, interesting. We'll play the Flesh Rake. We'll pass. Consign. Consign. Fetch Surveil. Wonder if I maybe should have played the Saga, start making constructs next turn. I wanted to play the Flesh Rake, though. 3 types in yard. Thought Scour, target self. Whiff, Polluted Delta, Steam Vent Shock 14 for Froge. Okay. We'll draw. Saga. Celestial Reunion. Not really doing much right now. We could go for Brood. Played Brood next turn and set up for Blade. That's a thought. That is a thought. I will cast Celestial Reunion for 2. Grab Brood. And pass. And pass. 3 in hand. Frog will draw them a 4th. Do you have a persist plus a target is the question. Then 19. If they did, they would have done so before combat. Four in hand. Emperor Bones. Draw. Trigger. Play Grove. Do we cast the Brood? Next turn, I mean, we can actually play plus equip Brood next turn, so I think I'm gonna hold here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One short Emrakul next turn, so yeah, we'll just hold, make a construct. Well, I guess also Emperor Bones is going to churn through our graveyard a bit as well. Fetch Surveil. Nope, no Surveil. Watergrave tapped. We'll make a construct. Emperor Bones. Target the Flesh Rake. Makes sense. Looks like Grixis Reanimator, yeah. I'll make a Saga. Do you want to float the Frog? Or do you have removal, like push? Float Frog. I don't care about the bones. We'll take the 3 down to 16. Opponent draws a card up to 5 in hand now. Second main. Paying cost 4. Second Frog. 4 in hand. End step. Don't have anything to do here. We'll draw. Heat. Heat can clear a Frog. We will float the construct, or float the Saga. Blade of the Blood Chief. I think we go for it. Let's start with Karplusan for turn. Broodscale. Does Broodscale resolve? They have a strict Serenade. Sure. In that case, do we want to play Ballista? We have an artifact and creature in yards. It's a bit of a moot point. But excuse me. It grows our construct. And we can equip Blade to it. I guess we don't want to equip Blade, though. We want to hold up Heat. Yeah, we'll hold up Heat. Play the Ballista, grow the construct. We'll hold Heat at this point. No attacks. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2 short Emrakul, 3 in hand. Fetch, Flooded Strand, okay. Molten Collapse. Yeah, that's pretty good. Ballista target you or target something else. Target. Let's see. Frog right now is a 1/2. If we block with the bird, they'll make it into a 3/4. So we're not big enough to kill it then. We could target Ballista, not target Ballista, target Emperor Bones, but Construct's not big enough to kill it if it adapts. I suppose we just target you then. Blade Trigger, yield all. Blade is down. Ember Bones target. Saga would be the right choice, and if so, we'll have to heat now. Yes. So we'll heat a frog. So frog down, Bones hits Saga. Frog, no reason to float. Still chooses the float. I mean, we'll block the bird. Forcing the pitch one. Pitch Trawler, sure. I guess we targeted the frog. We could have then forced him to pitch 2. Maybe that would have been right. Saga trigger. Chrysalis. Yield all. Body hits board. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 short Emrakul. And this Emperor Bones put a bit of a damper on our plans, unfortunately. So we'll take either heat. Yeah, I guess they have to take heat if they want to shrink my yard. They can push frog up to a 4/5. Do you have the persist? He could have heated the bones. The thing is, right now, I need them to not draw persist, but now they do have the Archon. You forgot to hold priority, friend. You done did F up. Attack of the frog. Yeah, leaving the frogs to their own devices was kind of a problem, but the bones is also a problem here for different reasons. I mean, I can block the frog. We'll bounce. I'll have to pitch one more card. Go to blocks. We'll sack. Always yield. Do you want to try and kill the Chrysalis? No, we'll just bounce. That's fine. End step and draw. Paying cost 4. Why would you adapt now? That's a weird one. You get my Emrakul, which is unfortunate, admittedly. Yeah, that's a weird one. And we'll sack the spawn, trigger the Chrysalis, pitch the Emrakul. But you don't get to attack, and why wouldn't you have done it at the end step? You can have next end step. So yeah, if you would have activated it on my end step, I guess you want to get rid of the Emrakul, I guess? Sure. Saga trigger. Saga. Weird. No reason to attack. Do you have a consigned memory, maybe, for the delayed trigger? Nope, just Archon. Thought Scour target self. Hits Kiora and Frog. What a weird list. Absolutely weird list. Beginning of combat. Target Emrakul, I suppose. Should probably target Heat, though, because that way you actually reduce the number of types in Yard. Emrakul doesn't matter since you can't give Empermones more counters, right? Frog. Do I let Frog connect here? I'm gonna say no. We'll block. Force them to pitch 1. Pitch 2 if they want to kill the Chrysalis. Bounce. Okay. End step will make a construct. Yeah, I think at this point we're just going construct beats. We'll draw triggers. Hello. Well, that makes things interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, equip. Yeah. I guess we float. We'll see what they have in hand. Because that will make the Chrysalis infinitely big. Forcing blocks. Is that a consigned memory? Sure enough, it is. I suppose in that case, I guess I can't make a construct. Yeah, okay. Yield all. Not much I can do about that. Not sure we were replicated that much, but sure. Seems like overkill. But it stops the search, and I won't be able to make a construct with the Saga. Yep. Unfortunate. In that case, we'll just play the Brood. One card in hand. Molten Collapse, yeah. That is unfortunate. We'll adapt. Yield all. Yes. Phase change. Emperor Bones target. 6 types in yard. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hits Saga. Shrinks by 2. We're going to get another Saga in yard. So kind of a moot point. No attacks. Trigger. Well, there's the Celestial Reunion. We're gonna float. We're gonna search. Blade of the Bloodchief. With additional cost, we're gonna reveal or bestow Eldrazi. So pay 2. Done. Behold, behold. Broodscale. Equip Broodscale. Sack trigger. Always yield. Always yes. Always yield. Let's press 5, so just auto stacks. No, it's not going to auto stack. Or, not 5. What is it, 7? I think it's 7. 5. 7 is auto stack. Yes, 7 is auto stack. Oh, it's not doing it. Dumb. So, yeah, no matter what, they're going to have to block the Chrysalis. I suppose at this point, let's go to combat. I guess we make the Chrysalis Giant and then at least equip to a Construct, make it a 4/4. Not really necessary. Yeah, I'll just phase change. Go to combat, swing for 9. You have to block it, bottom line. Yep. So bones down, trigger. And we'll pass. So you need another blocker now or removal. And there's the Archon. Archon's fine, even if you have Persist. Yep, you persist. We sacrifice the spawn. We trigger. So you'll get another draw off the Psychic Frog, I suppose. Yep, that doesn't do much. Thankfully, we're not dead to Frog, but very close to, actually. That could have been pretty bad. They can't attack, though, otherwise they lose to Brood and Chrysalis. Unless they want to Hail Mary a top deck removal or maybe Bolt. Gains flying, so they're going to go for it. Swing for 5. Maybe I should have held back Chrysalis. They will connect down the 2. We're not dead unless they find a Bolt. End step and draw. Second Chrysalis. We'll gain you 1 life. We'll trigger. I mean, what could you possibly have here that stops this? When we go to combat, we swing with the team. Can I make these spawns big enough to make a difference? I don't think so. Or even if I equip to the Construct, goes to 7, 10. Yeah, not big enough to be relevant. So, I mean, if we don't win here, we lose. Point blank statement. because the Archon swing kills me. Yeah, I guess I should have held back the Chrysalis in retrospect. Still would have required them to block 2. We'll attack, we'll attack. The constructs really aren't doing much here as far as damage is concerned. They'll declare blockers, and then we sink. So sack triggers. So they're still going to be forced to block the Chrysalis with the Archon. So I need another persist at this point. Yep, we'll just keep on going. So they get another turn is the bottom line. I want to make sure that this Chrysalis is big enough. I guess Sink the Stupor was not a card that I thought was what would get us here. So I guess I could have attacked the constructs, admittedly. That big enough yet? I mean, they can definitely not kill us. They have to block this now. It's 18. There's a 10, 11. So that won't grow out of range. Yeah, it's fine. So force to block. Trigger. I'll equip the blade to the construct, I guess, for now. And all right, if you have removal for Chrysalis or another persist, you win. Otherwise, you lose. And Punch goes up, we'll take the win. All right. So Reunion wasn't bad there. I mean, it basically acted as Broodscale number, 5 or 6. But again, in that specific instance, I think we had enough types in Yard that Traverse would have done the same. I guess, yeah, Celestial Reunion definitely is competing with Traverse. And Traverse just hasn't seen usage in that slot. So I guess the question then just becomes, is Celestial Reunion a better Traverse for the fact that it puts it into play? And that I don't know about yet. So I'll have to figure that out. That's why we're doing testing. We'll be back for match 3. All right, we're back for match 3 on the draw for game 1. Dead Blob on the draw. V will keep, V will pass. We'll draw. Heat. We'll play the Grove then. I was thinking about playing the Blade, but I think I'm going to hold the Heat up. There's a non-zero chance we want to cast the Heat. Yeah, if we had a Temple, this hand would be gas, but we get still drawn to one. 4 hits off top. Cling to Dust. Looking like Frog, if I had to guess. It's a bit unfortunate, because a turn 2 Frog will hurt here, but no Frog. Probably Counterspell instead. We'll draw. Second Ballista. We'll continue to hold up Heat. No reason to play into Counterspell. No, they don't play... I think they play like 2 Counterspells at most now. Polluted Delta, Fetch, Surveil. Yep. Polluted Delta... Nope, they put it on top. Okay. That's fine. land and passing. So, I mean, they definitely have interaction, if that was not already clear. I'm going to use this K command as permission for the Flesh Raker into Blade, would be my thought. We'll hold. Land. Passing. Yeah, let's fire off the K commands, see if they will counter it. There is Spell Pierce. Okay, was not expecting Spell Pierce. We'll draw. Celestial Reunion. I mean, we could go X2 for Brood. I think I'm going to start with Flesh Raker. Does Flesh Raker resolve? Flesh Raker resolves. Blade of the Blood Chief. Does Blood Chief resolve? Tapping 2 for Counterspell? There's a Counterspell that we thought they had. That's fine, though. I'm kind of okay with this in the grand scheme. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Short on Emrakul. We have Celestial. We can put Brood into play. We find another Blade. Otherwise, I think I might just go Ballistas, honestly. We'll draw. Rumble. Do like me un Rumble. So let's start with Rumble, see if this resolves. Do you has another counterspell? You do not. Temple or Flesh Rake? I'm going to take the Flesh Rake. Trigger. Let's go 1, 2, 3 triggers. Another counterspell. Subtlety? Looks like a subtlety. Okay. Kind of rude, but fine. Put that on top. No reason to be too aggressive there. We'll just pass. I have some fun things I want to do next turn, and it is involving a lot of Flesh Rakers, we'll put it that way. I'm going to have Flesh Rakers for days next turn. It's going to be fun. You're down to 14. 3 in hand. Attacking. So you either have a blocker. Maybe you have Kaido? Potentially. I could see Kaido. Nope. 17. Second main. No Kaido. So what do you have for blockers? Unless you have another subtlety, I guess. I'm kind of not exactly pressed if so. Frog. Shieldred's Edict. Yeah, that'll work. Flesh Raker down. A bit unfortunate, but fine. So Flesh Raker number 1 then. Yes. Flesh Raker 1. You have 2 in hand. So in that case, we could go Ballista 0 into Celestial Reunion for another Flesh Raker. It's kind of hoping to have both those Flesh Rakers to do that, though, so I might just hold. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Guess I should have held up heat then, but yeah. That's a bit annoying. 4 mana. Consult, dig, 6, pull 2. Consult is a good freaking card, I'll tell you what. And I should have held up heat from probably the Carplucin, tap the forest instead. That way we could have heated something if needed. Like, I'm not thinking of heating the subtlety, but definitely something. Not sure what. Maybe Riddler if they draw into Riddler, play Riddler. Frog we can still heat next turn. Subtlety attacks down to 14, that's fine. End step, draw, Carplucin. Alright, well, we're gonna go Eldrazi. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or sack spawn. We'll go. No, actually, no, we don't need to go 5. We just need to go 4. Done. Bestow, bestow. Does Reunion resolve? You have 4 in hand. And the fact that it comes into play is huge because they have to counter the Reunion. It's very nice. Looks like a counter spell. Yep, so that should be like their second counter spell in deck. I suppose then let's go Ballista for 1. Trigger. Can't do what I wanted, but we can still deal them plenty of damage. Make the board big. Is that another spell snare? Rude. You guys have all the counters. Not fun. Another Ballista for 1. You have another counterspell? Jesus. Starting to think there's less frog, more Dimir control. I mean, kind of the same vein, but still. That's more counterspells than I was expecting. They're going to try and race me. They have 2 cards in hand. They have Cling the Dust, which can gain them some life and draw them some cards, which is relevant. You can always heat the subtlety too. No reason to show them Carplucin. I don't think I even want to attack, but I guess I think I have to. If they play the subtlety, we have the heat. Down to 8. Do you cling to dust? No. Consult, dig another 6, pull 2. Yeah, opponent's looking like they might have this. Was there no frog in here or what? Because I feel like we would have seen a frog by now. Kind of why I'm holding this heat, but at some point I'm going to have to shoot down a subtlety. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We do have Emrakul mana, which is good. We can cast anything in our deck. We'll hold the heat. Field of Ruin. Interesting. Alright. 8 all. End step and draw. Chrysalis is nice. Let's go to combat. What is this? One Chitong? Yeah, sorry to disappoint, but Unholy Heat? I'm gonna gain you 1 life. One Chi-Tong down. Do you have a force? You do not have a force. You do not draw cards. Oh, you still draw cards. When one Chi-Tong enters, put X +1/+1 counters on him, then draw half X rounded down. I guess X is based on the mana value, not on the number of counters, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. You still draw the cards. For some reason, I was under the impression that you did not draw the cards. Red, green, Chrysalis, trigger, yield all. So now we have a blocker for subtlety. And we'll deal them 3 damage down to 4. Lethal is on board. 4 damage down to 3 if Chrysalis resolves. Otherwise, they would need a subtlety here, I suppose. I feel like I ran into a similar list not long ago that looked like a frog deck but wasn't a frog deck. And it feels like this might be the case. Alright, opponent's down to 3. Lethal is on board. Unless, do you subtlety the Chrysalis? That'd be a bold move, if so. Okay, so this is a Dingo and Spike list. So it's Demir Wan Chi-Tong instead of Frog. I don't think Wan Chi-Tong's better than Frog, though. That's a weird choice. Interesting. You should not attack under any circumstance. Saga trigger. We should not attack under any circumstance. Because they can just Wan Chi-Tong for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no thank you. We're good. We pass. I guess you could Field to Ruin the Saga, which is kind of unfortunate for me. But here's the Wan Chi-Tong like I thought. Draw 2. It is, what, a 6/6 Wan Chi-Tong? Yes. To the 6/6, we can make the Chrysalis a 6/7 though. Oh, but they can Field to Ruin, force me to search, can't they? So if they just attack the Wan Chi-Tong, we block the Chrysalis, and then they force me to search. So I shouldn't crack then. Awkward. Yep, so we're forced to block the Wan Chi, and we should not crack the spawns. Otherwise, the Chrysalis will die regardless. Alright. Yes, so we'll block the Wan Chi-Tong. We can't do much about that. We're down to 4. Wan Chi-Tong is interesting in Modern. I'm not sure it's a good card, if I'm being completely honest. Field to Ruin target Saga. We'll just float. It ain't doing much. So you'll draw off the Wan Chi. I mean, that's a lot of cards you have now. That's 8 cards in hand. That ain't nothing. I mean, at the end of the day, we win or lose by this Flesh Raker. Bowmaster target me? Target Flesh Rake. So you have a second Bowmaster in hand is what that tells me. Yeah. Yeah, second one. Okay. Yeah, the fact that it doesn't come into play with the counters on it is pretty significant. 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if we draw into an Emrakul, we might be able to rally back, question mark. That ain't an Emrakul, though. We'll concede. Yeah, I was not expecting this many counterspells. I was expecting Frog, which normally runs 2, but then we saw just all the counters. Alright. So they play Subtlety, yes, but I don't think they play much else that is free. So Bubble out. Haywire Might out. I could see Needle Flute, Dismember, and Heat seem relevant. Gemstone out. We need to make 2 more cuts if I want both flutes and both dismembers. I think dismembers are relevant because they can hit the Wanchi Tong before it gets the counters. Chrysalis we shouldn't cut. There's enough flyers here. Maybe the flute is fine. I think the one needle should be okay to name Field of Ruin. It didn't seem they had too many activated abilities. Yeah. I mean, it basically just... this deck basically just seems like Wanchi Tong control, more or less. And it's kind of, it's almost like Wanchi Tong's being played like Murktide, but it's definitely a worse Murktide. I guess it's a worse Hydroid Crossus. It's a weird card. It's so hard to evaluate it right. I imagine, does this deck not run Riddler? We didn't see it, and they dug pretty deep too. Huh. Yeah, just a weird card to evaluate. Because, like, it just feels like a worse Hydroid Crossus in some ways, because it doesn't come into play with the counters. It's easy to kill since it's 1 toughness, so even a Bowmaster can theoretically hyper punish it, right? Not that Bowmaster is played all too often anymore, which is insane to think about. We can make this work. I was looking for Brood. I will play the Temple. We'll cast the Blade and pass. Do you have a Force? No Force. Polluted Delta, pass. We'll play the Grove rather, and Malevolent Rumble. Do you have a Spell Snare? You don't have a Spell Snare. We whiff, but I'll take the Saga, yeah? We'll pass. Yeah, it's possible that Wanchi Tong just seems good right now because, yeah, Push is pretty light, Bowmaster's pretty light. Like, the main removal that we're seeing right now is, like, Galvanic Discharge and Solitude, and that's about it. Do we play Chrysalis? I'm going to say no. I don't want to play Chrysalis into a counterspell here. I think we just go Saga Trigger, hold up K Command X2. We can use K Command as permission for Chrysalis, otherwise we can just make constructs. 2. There's the Wanchi Tong. That makes me think they have a Field of Ruin in hand, so Wanchi Tong will enter, trigger. I'm going to Scry Draw Exile, target Wanchi Tong. And done. Wanchi Tong down. Dismember K Command. Top, draw. Wanchi Tong down. You won't draw anything since you did X equals 0. But this makes me think that you do, in fact, have a Field of Ruin in hand that you're going to use on the Saga. Would be my guess. If you do that, though, that gives me opportunity to play the Chrysalis. There's the Field of Ruin. It is a must, not a may. Maybe I should have grabbed the K command rather than Dismember. Dismember allows me to play on this turn, which is my thought process. But the K command was better overall. Yep. So Saga down, we'll search for a Forest. Yep. You have Consign mana up. There's Temple. We'll play the Temple. 2 red-green. Triggered. You have Consign for the body. Because imagine the body's the issue here. There's the Consign. Well, we'll equip to spawn and pass. Might as well. Yeah, definitely wishing I held the K command back then. We'll draw. Grove, doing Jack all. We'll play the card Pelusin though, hold up Dismember. So definitely a miss sequence on my part, putting the K command underneath the Dismember. You could Wanchi Tongue for 2, draw 1, I suppose. Do we Dismember the Wanchi Tongue if they do that? Maybe. But instead they Surveil. 6 types in Yard, so we can play everything in our deck right now. Another Field of Ruin, you could hit the Temple, I suppose. Not too pressed if you do. You could be holding up Wanchi Tongue before doing that. We draw. There's no way this resolves. Like, there's just simply no way. But we probably should play the Forest. Broodscale? So we're trying to equip this blade, this Broodscale, and then gain infinite mana. Subtlety. Okay, then get counter. It's a... We'll put it on top. Because every time a counter gets put on the Brood, it then makes another spawn. Oh, I guess now they can shuffle it away. Right. So now they can shuffle away with the Field of Ruin. Yeah, Field actually being a must, not a may, is something. I mean, I could dismember the Subtlety. We can pay for the Spell Pierce, but it's not really doing much. We'll just pass. And so we'll shuffle out our Brood, which is kind of rude. We'll hit a Temple, I'd imagine. Blue to Delta. Attack with a Subtlety. We'll take 3 down to 17. First combat damage of the game, and we're 6 turns in. Jesus. Imagine you Field a Rune? No. The only reason why you don't Field a Rune is because you have a counter spell now. Oh, you just do it on my upkeep? Sure, I'll make you sweat. Grab the last Forest. Make you think I could have a K command. And we'll draw. Another Dismember. Well, we'll play the card Pelusin, hold up Dismember, and pass, I suppose. Not much we can do about that now, is there? 4 cards in hand. Yeah, Field of Ruin's kind of a good card. Who would have tunk? And at this point, it's a strip mine. Because we no longer have any basics. I could consider Torpor Orb, yeah. I'm not sure where I like it, though. Like, I don't really care for it in the Blink matchup, to be honest. Though it is somewhat relevant. You'll gain some life. And Chrysalis. Does this resolve? Press X to doubt, but we'll see. Consign a memory or counterspell. Consign. So they probably play like what? Close to 12 plus counterspells, not including subtlety. No reason to play the Grove. We'll hold double Dismember. Do you play Wanchi Tongue for 2? And that's the one downside of like things like Orb. It turns off Flesh Raker, which we don't want. Surveil, no One Chi Tong, 4 in hand. I mean, we're basically just trying to top deck enough gas, but I just don't foresee that happening at this rate. Think we's in danger. Another field, Jesus. At what point do I fire off this dismember too on the subtlety is the problem. We're losing too much life. I should have probably done it way earlier. We'll draw. If I could stop drawing into lands, that would be significant. He thinks we're dead. Methinks we're dead. So this is Wan Chi Tong and holding up a counterspell. So I could dismember the Wan Chi Tong. It will get countered. And then we'll have another dismember. In which case I could just end myself by casting it. Sounds like fun. Wan Chi Tong. Show me the counterspell. I know you have it. Wow, you actually don't. That's surprising. Interesting. You'll draw, what, 1? Up to 4? I could take this as a cue and attempt to dismember the subtlety, but if I'm wrong and they do have another... If they do have the counterspell and they just didn't want to play it, then I'm dead. But maybe they think I have a K command and are forced to hold. I mean, I should have played this dismember so long ago on the subtlety. I'll pass and full. Show me the counterspell. Yeah. We'll concede. We're good. We're good. I knew it was already there. It was just a matter of how we die. Draw a card. Yeah. We're good. We drew into nothing but lands for so long there. Alright. Well, we'll be back for match 4. Alright. And we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. Sure. Yeah, we're looking for Brood. We look for Brood. There's a thought to going Saga on 1 for Drum. Like, we're going very heavy into the combo, and if it fizzles, we're dead. But this could be interesting. I kind of want to go for it. I want to go for it. See if opponent has enough interaction to make it work. Because yeah, we go Saga Blade, Karplusan Rumble, Float Saga, Grab Drum, and then we can potentially Celestial Reunion. What did we learn from Hobo? Always go for it. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Alright. Isa Saga time. Saga. Isa Blade. We pass. End step. And pass. What are you playing against? Probably like Affinity. I don't know, the name saying not Eternal, like, you're gonna play a cap on turn 1. Watch. Stomping Ground, Shock 18. Is this E-Ramp? No. Shadow Spear. Shadow Spear, Stomping Ground. What? We'll draw. I'm Confusion. Emrakul's not bad. Malevolent Rumble. There's the Brood, so we can cast, we can equip, and then sack. Go for Brood. Alright. And we have the win on turn 3. Shadowspear Stomping Ground. I'm still confused here. Nothing's coming to mind immediately. Street Wraith. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is Hollow One. I mean, I guess it could be Ponza. Mox. What the first what? What is this? Street Wraith? Amber, Opal, Shadowspear. Huh? Kethis? I want to be Kethis. No. What is this? I'm so confused. I'm lost. You have 3 mana. Celestial for 0? Dryad Arbor? Oh. Asmo? Okay. You haven't... Oh, I guess you pitched a Street Wraith? Yeah, so you can play Asmo. Okay. Sure, you get an Underworld Cookbook. Interesting. I guess, yeah, I mean, Celestial Reunion for 1 does get Asmo. Fascinating. There's the cookbook. Sure. Windswept Teeth. Play the cookbook. Forest. Cookbook. You have 1 mana left over. Another cookbook? That's cool. We win. We good. Because how many of this? Oh, shit. Sacrifice 2 food? I have to kill the Asmo. I guess... Okay. Can I draw into another land? I can. Okay. Okay. Create a food. So I can just heat the Asmo, but that doesn't make sense. There's no reason to do that now. Sure, that's... Oh, they have the devil? Do I heat now? There's no reason to heat now, right? We just... Yeah, I guess I can just wait, sure. We have Delirium, so we can heat. We're gonna have... Okay, we'll heat now. Heat, you're done. Asmo gone. We yield all. Yield all. Uh-huh. You got the Daredevil back to hand. We grab Springleaf Drum. We play the Saga. Isa Trigger. We tap for green. We equip the Brood. We sack. Always yield. Always yes. Always yield. Sack. Trigger. Sack. Trigger. Flash Raker. Sack. And we win. Cool. We got there. I guess I'll just name this Asmo for right now, but I am all sorts of confused. So, Asmo, Celestial Reunion, I'm going to guess Monument to Endurance, so we keep the Haywire Mite in. How does Asmo read? As long as you discard a card this turn, you pay 1 to cast it. So Vexing Bauble will not counter it. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So Vexing Bauble out, but I guess they have the mana, the Moxes, so maybe the Vexing Bauble? We definitely want Heat Dismember in. And take a Rumble out. Pithy Needle? Could go Pithy Needle. Name Asmo. Name Cookbook. Pithy Needle seems relevant. Let's run it back like this. Oh, I didn't bring in a second Dismember. Oops. Do I have time? Take out a Ballista. There we go. Something like this would be my initial thought. Yeah, the next couple of weeks are going to be really interesting because everyone's going to be testing random and wild stuff. Like, my list isn't exactly special. It's really just trying to figure out if Celestial Reunion is as good, if not better, than Traverse, even though Traverse isn't played right now. I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on it. Like, it's popped up a few times and has some interesting interactions, but I'm not sure if it makes the deck any better. No, that's what I'm not sure about. I'm just not sure if, like, Traverse would be any worse. Because, like, you would Traverse for 1 and then just pay it. Same idea as putting it into play. The main difference, it can't be countered. At least by Consign, which is relevant. So, give and take. I guess the nice part is Reunion can also grab Ballista for 0, or for 1 rather. And grab Haywire Might. But I can't grab something like Emrakul, which sometimes you just need Traverse and Emrakul to win. So, Sure, we can keep this hand. Got removal for days. We got a Flesh Raker on 2. We got to dig a bit deeper. We'll keep. We'll pass. Tis a Forest. Is a Cookbook. We pass him. So they likely have Asmo, right? So do I hold the Stirrings for a turn? I feel like I hold the Stirrings for a turn. And do we hold up Cake Man or Dismember? I'm thinking Dismember. So we'll go Forest. You pass. Show me the Asmo. Ysa Saga. No Asmo? Oh, I guess you don't have the mana for it. Makes sense. You draw. Another Stirrings. Let's fire off the Stirrings then. We can't play the Chrysalis, but we do see a Saga. I like that. Grab the Saga. Hold up this member. I mean, if you want to play Construct Wars, we can play Construct Wars. I think I win that fight, though. Well, maybe not. The Cake commands are nice for that fight. They also might be able to grab a Haywire Might if they play that. It makes sense if they play green, so I expect them might in deck. I'd be surprised if not. Sacred Foundry. So Naya Asmo. Did we see any other colors last game? So yeah, it looks like Construct Wars be upon us. We could Beseiju the Saga. It's not a half bad idea, to be honest. Just Naya colors so far. Could play Flesh Rake, hold up Dismember. Alternatively, could just Beseiju the Saga. Because I do worry about, let's say, a Haywire Might. Let's play the temple. Let's go to end step. I foresee them tapping the saga for a construct. I'm gonna Beseiju you now. So Beseiju the saga. Saga down. We hold up K command for X equals 0 if needed. No surveil. Wonder if maybe I should have done that last turn when they couldn't make a construct. May have been the right move. Soul Guide to Yard. Okay. He has a 2-2. That's fine. We can find our Haywire Might if they play a Monument, for example. If they pitch a card above the construct, we can K command it, scry draw, exile. There's the Monument. Okay. So we'll have to Haywire Might it. Methinks. No attack. Masked Vandal. Interesting. What mode do you choose for the Monument? Do you make a treasure? Could go for a treasure Beseiju Saga as an option. Also, what do you pit? Oh, no, I guess you pitch the Vandal, right? But I'm thinking hard here. Lose 3 life is fine. I'm okay with this. Make a food. I suppose we dismember and it's neutral. We can save the K command for later. Let's do that. Construct down. Down to 13. We'll draw. Nisa Temple. Thinking that we're going to float instead of make a construct and grab a Haywire Might. 'Tis the might. Or the might is the right. I will might the Monument. Not at all. Monument is down. I will cast the Flesh Raker. Play the Temple and pass. Wooded Foothill, 17, 3 in hand. 'Tis a mountain. End step. 6 types in yard. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or 1 short of Emrakul. Paying cost for... Like, other than Monument shenanigans, I'm not sure what this deck is attempting to do. Also using Celestial Reunion to draw out Asmo. Because basically it acts as Asmo 5 through 8, theoretically. But other than that, what else is it trying to accomplish? You could always use the K command to get a spawn. That way we could find the Emrakul off of Stirrings, theoretically. There's another Monument. Okay. So you can drain me for another 3. Yep. Draw a card, Street Wraith. Create a treasure. Okay. What else do you have in store? Paying cost for Meddling Mage. Huh. When's the last time I have seen Meddling Mage cast? I cannot recall. I'll be honest. What a wild card to see in the wild. Did we ever see a blue source from opponent? No Naya stable Meddling Mage. I was about to say, I don't think we ever seen a blue source from opponent. Out here just using it or casting it off of treasures every time. Do I care about that right now? Not really. We'll draw. Let's fire off the stirrings then. There's the Brood. There's Saga. We'll grab the Brood. I suppose that I will play the Brood. Always yield. Always yield. K command Scry draw exile, I suppose. And done. I'd like to play my Emrakul, please. Another Ancient Stirrings. We'll put that on top. And I suppose we'll attack. Down to 10. We can dig with Stirrings next turn for Emrakul. Pitch a card. Monument. I bet you draw a card here. You should be in desperation mode. Yep, they are. Make a food. You draw a card. Up to 3. What you got? Inti. Speaking of, Inti. Yeah, Inti Cookbook's pretty good. I like Inti Cookbook. Is Inti a human? Inti is a human. Yo, hold up a second. Is this like some random like Naya humans monument list? That's what's starting to seem like, right? With Celestial Reunion, you can behold for 1, behold 2 humans, put Asmo into play for 1 mana from deck. Is that what this is? Is this just Naya humans? Like 2026 Naya humans? Is that what's happening? The Masked Vandal makes sense then, because it's a changeling, it's technically a human. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Explains the Cavern Souls as well. Yeah, I'm starting to think that the modern grinders are going a bit stir crazy in between seasons. I was gonna ask, like, is this just like Naya humans X monument? Yeah, this is fascinating. I mean, I don't think humans will ever get enough support to, like, be a tiered deck again. I feel like Bones aren't responding to my question. Either way, it's a cool deck. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's interesting at the very least. I mean, what do we find off top here with Stirrings? Blade or Emrakul just win us the game, most likely. K command, I think, wins us the game. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Close, but no. I mean, if we find another K command immediately after, then yes. Or even a Ballista, etc. Yeah, we pretty much just win with almost anything on board. There's Asmo. Okay, we no longer win with anything on board. Asmo can pop the Brood or the Glaring Fleshraker now. You get another Underworld Cookbook. I mean, we can dismember it. Not really doing too much. We'll have to probably dismember it after the first activation. I guess we could have done it before the second cookbook landed. Maybe. We'll draw. It's an Asmo's Humans Hate Bear deck. Still working on it. I'm not sure I would consider it Hate Bears. But sure. Let's start with Stirrings. Like, I haven't seen anything that would show me Hate Bears. K command. Any order. Carplucin. I haven't seen like anything that would say Hate Bears, but definitely like Asmo Humans. I guess that's true. We could still be in store for some Hate Bears. Really, let that trigger resolve? That's surprising. I guess I'm more worried about the K command. Interesting. I mean, I could just dismember Asmo, force them to crack foods. I'm thinking I just wait until end step, though. 6 damage to self, right? Yes. I remember Asmo when I used to play Wormcoil Engine still, and Asmo would deal 6 damage to Wormcoil, gain me 6, and split it. It was actually kind of funny. I guess we just hold. Yeah, I have no reason to fire off until they target the Flesh Raker, right? End step. Do you tap the Underworld Cookbook? You do. So now we'll dismember Asmo. Sack. 1, 2. Trigger. Because now you're forced to Asmo Flesh Raker. Because if you don't, we should win. So Asmo. Asmo target Chrysalis? Do you have more removal? Ramp Scry Draw? I guess I should go 1 trigger, 2 trigger. I should actually let these yield. Because you have 0 cards in hand, so you can't do anything to interrupt the K command, right? Ramp Scry Draw. X equals 3. So that's 4 damage. I mean, you knew about this. Resolve. Ballista Emrakul. Bottom Ballista 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Top Emrakul draw triggers. So Asmo's down. And at this point, we just pass. So Chrysalis remains. Asmo down. Monument trigger. Inti trigger. Cookbook trigger. Opponents at 2. We have Emrakul in hand. And if we found a K command, we would have won, but no such luck. They could still theoretically win If they draw into a monument, monument kills me. Yeah? Pretty sure monument kills me. Cookbook into yield all. Create a food. Sure. So now they can gain some life to get out of range of Flesh Raker. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Monument trigger. Imagine you draw a card. Each opponent loses 3 life. Okay, we lose 3 life. Did they find Asmo off Inti? They did. Okay. There's Oval Chaser. Or Oval Chase Daredevil. Okay. So we're down to 7. There's Asmo. We're down to a theoretical 4 since they can cookbook on my turn. Yes. You can pretty much kill everything on my board. You can deal 12 damage total at this point in time. There's the cookbook. Imagine you save the cookbook. Deal 6 damage to Flesh. That's fine. You can deal another 6 to Brood, I suppose. Alright, well, comes down to this now. What do we see off the Emrakul? We'll draw. Unholy Heat. I suppose we can hold up heat. So we need 6 mana. In that case, let's sack 1 spawn. Trigger. That way we can always adapt the Brood. Emrakul doesn't necessarily mean they're dead, but it depends on what we see off the Saga. Hold up the heat. No reason to attack. We'll pass. Imagine you sack the food, hit the Brood. Inti. I go down to 4. Find Celestial Reunion. Makes a food, Oval Chaser. And they could still win here. Makes a construct. And our turn, comrade. Fetch Wooded Foothill. Fails to find. Inti Oval Chaser. We draw. Cavernous Souls. Go to main. Saga Trigger. We'll float. There's Haywire Mite. There's Pithy Needle. So we can Pithy Needle name Cookbook. But I'm sure they have other ways to pitch cards. So Haywire might target the Monument's probably better. So Haywire might. And then we can cast into Legend Rule. Is it target opponent, target creature? So I guess we can also sack food. Is this a may? You may. So we could pitch Oval Chaser, but then we have to choose Monument, which is fine because you can make a treasure. Yes. There's also Celestial Reunion. I guess we could get a peek at their deck. I guess we can first Haremite target Monument. Let's get rid of the Monument. Done. So Monument down. We can then cast NT Legend Rule. We'll keep the old NT. We can then Cookbook, Oval Chaser, put that into Yard. NT triggers. I guess I should have done that maybe after attacks. There's Gilded Goose. We don't really care about Gilded Goose. Makes a food. Oval Chaser. We will not put it back. And then Asmo can pitch. I guess we can Goose. We can Reunion. Well, I guess we can only do one or the other, not both. So target the construct. Sack 2 food. And then I suppose we can pop the NT. Kind of want to look at your deck, honestly. We'll go Reunion. I'm just kind of curious at this point. Search. What does your deck look like? Oh, you have Magus of the Moon? Street Wraith, Oval Chaser, Cookbook. You have one more. You have 2 more Monuments. You could still win. Okay. So no on the Asmo. I guess we could also pull Asmo, but there's no reason to. And Asmo, target NT. So NT down. Go to combat. Attack with Asmo. Block with Emrakul. Asmo down. That leaves them with a land, a Gilded Goose, and a Dream. I mean, if they draw into the Monument, they win. To be clear. Did we get there? Street Race Cycle? Ooh. One more draw. Did they find the Monument? Ooh, in retrospect, I should have played the land, shouldn't I? Because if I had played the land, they wouldn't have a card to pitch. But it says GG's. Yeah, I should have played the card. Yeah. Thankfully it worked out, but no, that was a misplay on my part. I should have either played the land or discarded the land the cookbook. For sure. What we got there? What a weird deck. But they're clearly having fun with it. That's all that matters. We'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. Suppose you're playing against the Living End. Imagine they're testing the new Evoke Elementals. Could be interesting. Misty Rain pass. Found the land we wanted. Play the Grove. Isa Bobble. You pass. Misty Rain fetch. Surveil. Okay, still looking like it could be Living End. Keeps it on top. We'll pass. Let's go Rumble. Eats a Rumble in time. Another Bobble. Blade. Ooh. We're gonna go Blade. Isa Blade. We pass. I need another land, though. I need another land. I guess we need more than a land. We need 2 turns, basically. It doesn't look like Living End. It's Birthing Rip. Okay, that's fine. 5, 6, 7, 8. The Bobble's still really good here. Bobble's great, in fact. We'll take 1, down to 19. We'll draw. So you can hard cast Flare Force here, yeah? We'll go Saga. We'll go Rumble again. We'll continue rumbling. Because clearly you're holding up counter magic that you want to play through the bauble. And there's the flare. Play the blade. Pass. And pass. We'll take 1, down to 18. Like, I don't think you can play the control game here, unfortunately. Holding, draw, temple. We love that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short. I will play Ancient Stirrings. It resolves. Broodscale. Yeah, I think we should grab the second Brood. We don't want to play it this turn, though. We want to play it next turn? Yes, next turn. So we'll hold. We'll make a construct. What does... endurance? Yes. Shuffle away my yard. So making it harder for me to cast Emrakul. That's fine. I mean, if I land these Broodscale, you just lose on the spot. Go to combat. We swinging? We are swinging. We'll take the 4 down to 14. That's fine. You want to play a Harbinger? Give me infinite constructs? That'd be cool. Make a construct. There's a 3/3. Draw. Third Broodscale, Jesus. Alright. Have fun countering all these, friend. We'll go Springleaf Drum. And let's start the fun, shall we? Broodscale number 1. Show me your counter magic. Do it. Tap down. Yeah, perfect. Yield all. We'll put it on top, I don't care. I will then tap down Despawn. Brood number 2. Equip. We Sacken. Trigger. Always yes. Always yield. So 2, we need 11. We're going to Emrakul. Yeah, we're testing Celestial Reunion. It's been interesting. Not sure I think it's any better than the alternatives, though. Alright. Our turn, comrade. Birthing Ritual, Shardless Agent, Ice Fang, Coiling Oracle. I mean, we could just Shardless Agent, cast into Vexing Bauble, and we don't care. Leaves a body on board, which I do want. We could Birthing Writ, but we don't need to. Yeah, honestly, I don't care. I think we just attack in. This doesn't have Death Touch, so we're good there. We can block. Well, I guess I do want to sacrifice the Ice Fang. But you have a second Ice Fang. So I guess we could birth. I really don't want to, though. Yeah. Block Subtlety, block Endurance, leave the Ice Fang, I suppose. Though honestly, maybe I just leave the Subtlety. Yeah, I don't really care about Subtlety. I think I blocked the Ice Fang because I don't want Death Touch. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to main. Go to combat. We attacking. He's an Ice Fang. It's an Endurance. We go to blockers. We block. We block. Trigger. And then I think we just pass. Leave the subtlety back. We don't really need to play anything else for them here. We're good. And pass them. Trying to remember what we cut for Celestial Reunion. I want to say I cut one Flesh Raker, and then I think Soul Guide Lantern, which just is a lot of grave decks right now, outside of like Eldrazi Ramp and Brood. Yeah, other than Ice Fang, I don't think they can deal with the Emrakul. We're gonna have a second Broodscale here in a second. Oculus, I could care less about this Oculus. This thing does nothing. Sure. Yeah, that's my third Brood, that's right. Forgot about you. Chrysalis. Triggers. Always yield. Eat enters. Green. Sack. Trigger. No, sack. Trigger. Always yield. Isa Brood. We equip the blade to the Brood. We sack. No, I guess I could just equip it to Emrakul. Could I just do that? Could I just win that way? We have how many? If I'd done that before, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18. 18. It was 19. 16. They'd be forced to block. 18 though. Even then, I think they might. No, they're not forced to block now. If I had played that smarter, then yes, but no. Either ways, we attack in, and they're forced to block Brood and Emrakul, and we just call it a day, I think. We have an infinitely big Chrysalis. We have an Emrakul. I'm not exactly too pressed here. Down to 13. We trigger. Yeah. What say you, opponent? Coiling Oracle. What does Coiling Oracle find? Coiling Oracle finds a flare. It's a dead card. End step. Ritual trigger. What could you find of Ritual? Absolutely nothing. Harbinger? Yep, do not care. Draw. Use a gemstone. I suppose in that case, we'll go for another Brood. Because I don't have enough of them, clearly. Alright, let's do this. Let's not belabor the point, shall we? You're beyond dead. Do I even need the sack here? I don't really need the sack here. We're just going to go to combat. We're good. Attack, attack, attack. You're dead in the air no matter what you do. You can't sink Adawara. Yeah. Like, what could you possibly do with 2 mana up? And the answer is really nothing. Grafdigger's in. Haywire might could theoretically stay. Unholy Heat Dismember in. We could bring in Thief. Let's see. Rumble out. I feel like Haywire might can come out. Vaccine Bubble in, Grafdigger in, Heat Dismember in. We want to keep the Chrysalis. Honestly, I don't know. I know it's only been one league, but I really am not feeling the Celestial Reunions. I might have to give it more of a shot, but I just don't know if it's like better than Vexing Bobble. Not Vexing Bobble. I'm not sure it's better than like Traverse the Uvenwald, and Traverse the Uvenwald isn't even played anymore. So I don't know. I had high hopes for it, but my hopes are starting to fade. If I'm being honest. Sure. I'll pass. Me draw. I need a land. That's not a land. You pass. Yeah, even though we haven't like seen it or played it much, it's just like the casting windows or like when I would want it. I find there's very few times where I go, yes, I want this card. That's a bad draw. I'll hold Dismembers. Soul Cauldron's fun. Yeah, we could definitely look at Soul Cauldron. Draw a card. End step. Do we even care to trigger Birthing Writ? We'll trigger the Birthing Writ. Dismember, you know. Use a Dismember. Shuffle that away. We draw. Hey, it's a temple. Look at that. And then we grab a Grafdigger's Cage. Use a temple. And the Fleshraker. We pass. And pass. I mean, half their deck is locked down now. They can't cast free spells. They can't Birthing Ritual. I do need lands, though. I'm kind of short on lands. A Harbinger right now would kind of suck. What is this? What is this? Culling Ritual? Huh. I'll be honest. Wasn't expecting that. Sure. Shuffle my cards back? Okay. We'll draw. Chrysalis. Seriously. Ramp, Scry, draw, digging for a land, and on a hope and a prayer at this point. Trigger always yield. Always yield. Resolve. Not a land. We could attempt to dismember it. Do I care to dismember it? Not really. I want a land. Icewing Quaddle resolves, draw a card up to 4. Land for turn to 3. Mr. Rainforest fetch 15 for Forest into Charlotte's Agent. That's not bad. It's Coiling Oracle. Coiling Oracle. Yeah, you got it. I'll take the beat down to 13. I see how it is. Apparently, we're not allowed to play lands. We've seen 2 out of our 22 lands? Yeah. Huh. I suppose I'll pass. What the fresh hell else am I supposed to do? I guess I could dismember this Endurance at some point, but it's going to get hit by a Flare Force. Guaranteed. We attacking. Yeah, that's it. Gonna attacking with the Coiling Oracle is weird, but everything else makes sense. Down to 7. Paying cost for... Oh, because you have Oculus. Duh. That makes sense. As... Oh. No? Okay. Float? We only need to. Yeah, that resolves. Eat resolves. Birthing Writ on top of which? Jesus. Birthing Writ trigger. Yes. Can't do much about that. Yeah, that coin ritual was ridiculous, but also us not finding any lands is also kind of, well, ridiculous. Force negation? Dismember the Harbinger. Not that I think it matters. We draw. We'll concede. We're good. Okay. Let's go to sideboard. Rumble back in. Gemstone out. Run it back. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking like casting window wise, like when I want Celestial Reunion, like the benefit of Celestial Reunion is it plays around Consign. That's the only time that I could see that being relevant, I guess. Like I thought it would be Broodscale like 5 and 6, but the more I play it, the more I just don't really care for it. I say as I want to find Broodscale right now. There's no way that this does enough, though. I mean, 3 stirrings. We get to dig 15 deep. Sure. Forest, stirrings, ballista. We'll go chrysalis. And pass. And pass. Edge may surveil. We draw. Grove. Blade. Stirrings. Thinking Urza Saga here. Pass. And pass. Sporific Springs. In reality, I probably should have played the stirrings before the blade. Bobble. Bobble's pretty good. Play the bobble. Do you have a flare, force, or consign? You do not. I will play the stirrings. Grab a Flesh Raker. Play the Saga trigger. And pass. So next we can play Chrysalis and hold up mana for Saga constructs. The fact they didn't go for a basic forest tells me they likely don't have Harbinger in hand. Attack for 1, down 19. Sure. Do you have a Birthing Writ? Misty Rain, 6 in hand. Fetch 15. Water Grave, another Calling Ritual maybe? Looking like it. I will crack the bobble. Their Saga. Blade trigger. An oof. Sure, that's fine. Emrakul. I think we will go Temple Flesh or Chrysalis. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Short 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is it 12? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12. One short. Yeah, we'll go Chrysalis here. Kneel it all. And pass. Gemstone. Writ. Writ's fine. Do we make a construct? Probably should have done that before. 4. I mean, I guess if they Harbinger right now, I'm okay with it, right? Because that just gives me infinite constructs. Abhorrent Oculus. Yeah, that is fine. Do I crack these spawns for a construct? I think I might need to. Let me be smart about this, though. Trigger 1. Always yield. Trigger 2. Make a construct. There's 1/1. I like this trigger. Always yield. Another bauble, you say? Another construct. There's Grafdigger's Cage. Saga Trigger. Issa Fleshraker. Or the bauble. I'm gonna go Fleshraker. They counter its other type in yard, and that is a-okay by me. Ice Fang, draw a card. Three in hand, you have a flare. You do have the flare. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again, short 1. And I guess I should have played the bauble first, but I guess now at this point we can just, again, go construct beats. Oculus attacks, that's fine. We'll go down to 14 all. 2 in hand. The funny thing is they can't even manifest now because of the Grafdigger's Cage. They might not realize that too, which is the funny part. Manifest works in a funny way where Grafdiggers does stop it. So they'll mill 2 and just do nothing. Doesn't matter what they choose. It's mill 2. No manifest creature for you. Yeah, opponents realizing mistakes have been made. Flip the manifest creature? Is it a Harbinger, maybe? What is it? What is it? I mean, if it's a Harbinger, I don't really care, do I? Interesting. Trigger. Blade. Hello. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll play you. Let's start with Zibobble. Bobble hits board. Blade hits board. When you go to combat, swing for 10. We can make it 12, push you down to 2, while still holding back a blocker. Make a construct. Pass and full. It was a Coiling Oracle. Down to 8. Lethal's very much on board. Bauble and Grafdigger pretty much shutting them out unless they have another coin ritual. Damn, they do. Did they? No? Yeah, they do. Sporofix Spring, leaving up the hedge mazes. Yeah, I mean, if you got it, you got it. It's pretty damn good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I draw into a land, we're good. Opponent has 7 green mana for what it's worth, but 2 cards in hand, 1 card in hand. Can you do anything with that mana? No. The answer is no. Sure, we'll take the 5. Down to 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, need a land. So what's that last card? That's the question. Draw. We'll go for it. Float. Springleaf. Our turn, comrade. Do you have consign? Consign or bust? No consign's a subtlety. Brutal. And what's this? Charlotte's Agent. Another Coin Ritual? I mean, we could cast the Coin Ritual, get rid of the Manifest Creature. Yeah. I suppose that is a play. Yeah, might as well. Black, green, colorless, blue, Coin Ritual. Green. Green. Go to combat. Swing for 5. Block with Emrakul. Pass. And lethal's on board. We pass. I think the only way they deal with Emrakul now is an Otawara. And opponent scoots it up. We'll take the win. Solid win against Birthing Ritual. Alright. I mean, the 2 Vexing Bauble mains seem good. Again, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I'm just like, is the Celestial Reunion good? And the more I think about it, the more the answer is no. So I'm a little bit skeptical. I'll have to keep on thinking about it, maybe tinkering with some of the lists, but I'm not sure if it's better than Traverse. For the main fact alone that it can't really, like, it can get Broodscale, it can get Ballista, it can get Fleshraker, right? But it can never get Emrakul, and I think that alone makes it just objectively worse. Because there are just times where you're going to want to Emrakul, and if Celestial Reunion was a Traverse, you'd be better off. And getting to 4 is not that hard on the deck, but even then, we still don't play Traverse more often than not. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe move the 3rd Unholy Heat main, maybe bring in the 4th Fleshraker, maybe bring back a Soul Guide Lantern. Probably put that on the side, though. I don't think it needs to be main right now. I think 2 Vexing Bauble main's fine. I think the Haywire main is fine. Pithy Needle, Graph Diggers, and Soul Guide side would make sense. Yeah. So I think that's going to be my plan, just for an updated Broodscale list. It might mean that my testing of Brood's done early until I'm convinced that Celestial Reunion's good or worth continuing testing. But I'll give some thought. Otherwise, we are going to be playing some E-Ramp on Wednesday, January 21st, testing either Formidable Speaker or Vibrance, right? So Vibrance is the elemental. I think Vibrance could actually be kind of cool. Is it Vibrance? Let me double check that. Vibrance? Yeah, it is. I think it could be cool because, on one hand, it is Sylvan Scrying, right? It's a Sylvan Scrying on a stick. On the other hand, it's a Lightning Strike on a stick. I think that 3 damage might actually be more relevant than people initially think it is. So I'm very intrigued to where this fits into E-Ramp. I don't think it can replace K-Return, unfortunately, but I think it can allow you to cut a K-Return. Or trim down on K-Returns at the very least. So I'm very curious where Vibrance fits in. I'm not sold on Formidable Speaker, but enough people are asking me to test it that I'm going to. But who knows? Maybe I'll be surprised. Either ways, that there will end our league with a 3-2 record at the end of 5. As always, if you did enjoy the show, please do consider hitting the follow button, or hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. Be much appreciated. For as much that I hope y'all learn from me as much I hope you learn from me in both my successes and failures, I hope I can learn from you as well. As you can tell, I am brain dead. With that being said, though, if you would like to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Sundays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon where you can find these videos ad-free and early. With that being said, though, folks, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!